BadSecretMedia.com.
We show. I hate Bad Secret Media.
Gamers, welcome to the Secret Levels podcast. Hope you have your icy hot ready, because you're going to need it for this one. Let me tell you about it. My thumbs are sore after this thing.
I'm player one, Toby Goldbond.
I've seen your browser history. Some things are better left unsaid.
And I am player two, Goobs Goldbond.
Please tell me I get to kick his ass.
This is a show where we archive and preserve the history of older games and sometimes some new games. We also rate and review them as well.
And we rage the fuck on about them as well. Like, does this game suck so much you want to shove your testicles inside of a toaster? That may be the case.
Ouch, on many levels.
Yeah, or waffle iron. That's even worse. Put some dimples on those fucking rimples.
Speaking of dimples on your rimples, we're part of the Somebody's Network.
Yes, we definitely are.
There's a bunch of great shows, a part of the network. Go check out some of the shows, and you can check out the Somebody's Network on...
Check out all the shows, not just some. The sum is better of all of its parts. Something like that.
Check them all out. And that's on Twitter and Instagram at Somebody's Net.
Check it out. Check it out.
So, Goobs.
Beastie Boys, what?
I gotta say, happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary, man. Virtual hug.
1 year.
1 year, 100 fires.
We have...
You don't need sound effects with me around?
You're the guy from Police Academy.
I wish I was.
So, over the past year, we have reviewed a lot of video games, a lot of retro video games, one or two newer ones, I should say.
And Friday the 13th.
Yeah, and Friday the 13th.
Love you, Richie.
We're going to come full circle with our 1 year anniversary, Goobs.
Yes, we're playing a newer game.
We're playing a newer game, and we're playing this. We played it because we wanted it to redeem what it did to us the first time we did an episode
I'm
together.
still mentally scarred from the first one.
So yeah, we're taking
I'll see
it
this
back.
game when I'm walking around at like swap meets and flea markets and game stores, and I see it staring at me, giving me that evil look, that those Shaq evil eyes.
You see it closed in box on my shelf sometimes.
Yeah, you're a sick bastard.
I do have a closed inbox copy of Shaq Fu for the Super Nintendo. That's the game that we're trying not to say the name of.
You going for clout on Shaq Fu, man? Gonna make it big?
Yeah.
Be jealous, folks.
So for our 1 year, we decided to play. Well, I think I forced you. I forced you.
Yeah, no, when you send me a sealed copy of a game, I gotta open it.
I forced you to play Shaq Fu, A Legend Reborn. So that is what we're going to be talking about today. But real
Groans
quick,
heard across the world.
But real quick, we've made a lot of good friends since we've started this
Yes, we
show.
have. We have the burger group, man.
We got the burger group on Discord.
Love all those guys.
We talk a lot of burger talk. We've met some other podcasters. We've had a bunch of guests on.
Met a lot of podcasters.
Yeah,
We met an indie game developer. That was cool.
We're still kind of enjoying this, aren't we?
Oh yeah, at least for 5 more episodes
Before we
start hating each other and fucking break up. Most podcasts last 4 episodes, man. We fucking quadrupled that.
Yeah.
10 times it, man.
When we break up, though, can I be the one that goes on the drug bender and then we get back together because, it's the only thing that's going to help me get back on my feet?
So you're gonna become the sleazy one, like just go sleeping around with everyone that you see and like doing podcasts with absolutely everyone. At least Zinger will be happy.
Ha
Finally, it's my chance. I get Goob's sloppy seconds.
Yep. He was
Gotta go fast.
Zinger of the Zing This podcast.
Love you too, buddy. We're gonna make fun of fucking everyone we know on this show.
This is the episode where we trash everyone. We make enemies. We made a bunch
I got
of
some
friends.
pent up rage.
Yeah, we need to make them all enemies now.
Interstate Gamers, I got my sights set on you next, you fuckers.
Okay, so you ready
Love
for me
you
to
guys
give you?
too. I'll make fun of you, then I love you.
Are you ready for me to give you some details on this freaking game?
Oh wait, and we had Jenny on. I have to give her fucking shout out. The most #1 guest on the show ever.
She is the #1 fan and #1 guest. So thank you for being there to support us.
Thank you for being a friend. Golden Girls rocks. I wish I had Golden Girls on Nintendo.
Maybe there's a ROM hack or something.
Oh, guaranteed there's a fucking ROM hack. We're looking for that now.
Send that to us, someone. Okay, are you ready for some details now?
Let's jump right into the wet hot deets.
So this game was released June 5th, 2018. It was developed by Big D's Productions.
Oh, Big D's nuts.
It was published by Mad Dog Games. And it was released on PS4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, the Steam. The Steam?
The Steam.
I don't know why I called it the Steam. And
the Steam rules all high and mighty computer race.
Now, if you go to the Shaq Fu website, it looks like they have some kind of iTunes and Google Play. I don't know if they were going to have a game or if it's for that Shaq Fu radio thing that they have. I don't know what it is exactly. So that's
I don't know. I'm
questionable.
not putting that on my phone. I'll tell you that right now.
No, I clicked on the link just to see what it was, and it was like a dead link. So I don't know what it goes to.
There you go, folks.
So this is a single-player beat-em-up side-scroller. And there's a story. Goobs.
One hell of a story. Have you seen my neck tattoo, my birthmark?
Looks like a flower.
Yes, a lotus.
The story of Shaq Fu is convoluted. and
Shit, dude.
full of
I
holes.
forgot. It's the 1 year episode. I should have done it's story time with Toby.
Oh, yeah.
We're celebrating, folks.
Yeah, we're having a good time. The story of Shaq Fu is convoluted and full of holes, so pay attention. Shaq was found like any other Chinese orphan, floating in a bag in a river with a mysterious birthmark in a village called Hunglo.
It starts.
All the kids made fun of him growing up because he was not like them. A wise man named Yi decided to take him under his wing and teach him martial arts. Shaq became a master, but now a mysterious demon named Guan Wei is trying to send an army to take over the world. Every few 100,000 years, he tries to take over the world or something. I don't really remember. He has celebrities that he has possessed to infiltrate the world so he can fulfill his master plan of taking over everything. And only Shaq can stop him because Yi knows that he is the chosen one.
Fucking yee.
Yeah. So, this game should take you around 3 hours to beat, if you dare play it.
You might after you hear what we have to say, you might just throw it out or come and smash our copies of it. Feel free to if you really want to do that.
So, speedrun.com has a record set by SCXRC on the PC. It was literally set in the past month, so it's a really recent run. But he beat it.
Just one person?
No, there's several runs for it. But he actually has a tie for first place because he beat it once on PC at 1 hour and 8 minutes and 23 seconds. And he also has, I guess it's considered first also because it's not on the same console, but he beat it on PS4. I say he, I don't know if it's a he, but also beat it in 1 hour, 9 minutes, and 52 seconds. And then the next, like the second place was like an hour and 30 minutes or something like that. So he's got the top 2 number 1 spots.
Good for him. He's a better man than myself.
Yeah. How about some gameplay? You ready to jump into the gameplay?
Yeah, let's explain to everyone how much fun this is.
So this is kind of your typical beat 'em up, except this game and the story, it's very aware of itself, and it's very much a comedy game, and it very much makes fun of itself.
The story is what made me want to continue on in this game, to be honest with you.
Yeah, me too. So you play as Shaq.
That's a thing to say for a Shaq game.
Yeah, because the other story in the original Shaq game was garbage.
Oh, fuck.
Garbage.
Just like everything else in that game, there's nothing redeemable.
No.
This one at least has a couple redeemable things.
Right.
Thanks, fellas.
So you play as Shaq, and you control him with either the D-pad or the left joystick, whatever you want.
I brought the D-pad.
Yeah, I do too.
It's a big D game, man. You got to.
So one button lets you do normal. So I played on the Switch. What did you play on, Goobs?
The PS4. The Horpedo.
Now, was X your jump button?
Yes.
Okay, so X was also my jump button, which X on the Nintendo Switch is where triangle is.
Oh.
Yeah, so it was a pain in the ass. I'm sure I could have changed it, but I didn't. So we're not going to try to tell you what each of the buttons are because they're different from console to console, apparently. So one button lets you do your normal attacks like punch, and if you keep using the punch button, it'll allow you to do combos, and the more combos you have, you can use a special attack.
You can use your shoe.
You can use your size 22.
Your shoe comes down, it kicks people, it flings them at the screen, which was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I liked the Turtles arcade game and shit. You fling them at the screen. I really enjoyed that aspect.
Yeah, he roundhouse kicks them when you press the kick button, which if you don't have like the power up for it, like if you haven't gotten the combo yet, you just do this weird little stomp thing. Like
it's useless.
Yeah, it doesn't do any damage, but once you do 2 or 3 punches, you can actually press the kick button and it'll do that, either a roundhouse kick or like his foot just turns huge, like bigger than the characters.
And it'll just drop a shoe down on top of the guys too.
Yeah, there's a couple, you can't choose which one it is either, which is kind of weird. It's just random which one it's gonna be.
Would you expect anything else from this game?
No. Which there's also something else that's kind of random. Like as you're beating up on people, every once in a while you'll do like a special like grab or attack or something. Like he kind of like does a German suplex. And it's just real random.
It will go slow motion and shit, and you'll just grab the guy. Like I went up to him like Streets of Rage style, like expecting to be able to grab onto the person. Because I saw the German suplex. I'm like, oh shit, is there like grab moves I can use in this game? No, there's not. You just keep punching and then you'll do a move to someone.
Yeah, sometimes it's a drop kick, but it does the whole slow motion thing, and it'll just drop kick the bastard off the screen.
And the uppercut will also do the same thing, go into slow motion.
Yeah, but it's like I said, it's real random. There's no rhyme or reason. I wonder if it has to do with the score.
Maybe.
I never found out what
I didn't
it was.
really pay too much attention to stuff like that.
Yeah, neither did I.
We're top reviewers here, folks. Don't kid yourself. We're the best.
So you have a jump button, like we said. They're opposite on our controls for some reason.
So would your triangle move, like the special move where you punch the ground, would that be where X is on the PlayStation controller?
Yeah. So
that's fucked.
You have a special, and I kept wasting it because every good beat 'em up is the button. The jump button is basically the middle button or the B button. So it was ass backwards. But you do have a special weapon or special move where you punch the ground. You have a power bar that fills up.
Shockwave.
Yeah, he punches the ground and it just makes anyone in the radius of this little blast gets hurt. So, yeah, you don't have that. You have to have a full health a full energy bar to use it, though.
Yeah, and there's also 2 little lightning bolts, and you use that for your dash attack, which isn't really too useful.
Yeah, did you end up using it very often throughout the game?
Well, I tried to when I got stuck at one boss. Fuck you, Diamond, you stupid bitch. But, her and that dog, because you're just getting attacked by waves and waves of enemies while you're trying to fight this boss. It's kind of a pain in the ass.
Spoiler alert, that's the entire game.
We'll touch more on that topic in a little bit.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I didn't really use it too often. And there's also, you can dodge up and down as well if you push up or right on the right analog, or up or down.
Well, back to the dash attack thing, you have these 2 lightning bolts that fill up on your little hub in the top left corner with your health and everything. And you can only use this dash attack when one of those lightning bolts is full. And some enemies it doesn't do anything to.
Yeah, you just like stop when you hit them.
Yeah, and then some enemies it'll like have a quick action button, so you'll do it and then it'll want you to press a different button to complete the attack. So, like for me, it would sometimes say Y, or it would sometimes say one of the R buttons, the trigger buttons. So it never really fully made sense of like, okay, this works for some people, the buttons are different. It never...
See, you only asked me for trigger buttons if someone was stunned. Like if you're beating up one of the big fat fucks, then you can like give them up. You just punch them pretty much. There's nothing special about it.
Yeah. I mean, the animation's not bad or anything, but there's nothing like there's certain games when they have that kind of thing, like God of War, when you have those kind of stun weapon or stun battle modes.
Yeah, you go and fuck them up.
Yeah, you're really gonna tear them up. But this one, it was just like one guy's got a baseball bat, and you just kind of use the bat and make him hit himself in the head, and then that's it.
I guess the Kickstarter didn't have money for that.
Why do you keep running off when the bad guys show up?
We didn't raise enough money on Indiegogo for my combat animation.
So, real quick, let's talk about the jump, because I know you were talking about the right joystick making you dodge up and down, because there's a huge problem right here already with we're not even into really the gameplay, really. We're just talking about the controls still. The jump. So you have a jump, and you can actually do a jump attack, which is helpful, but you can only jump left and right. Now, this is a game where you can move. Think Streets of Rage, where you have a whole plane where you can...
the 2.5.
Yeah, and you have the whole plane where you can move up and down and anywhere on the screen, damn near.
Like any good beat 'em up.
But...
Besides Power Rangers.
But unlike, Streets of Rage or anything, you can't jump and go up or down. It won't, it keeps you on the same plane that you're
track.
on. And then with the dodge, you can only go up and down. You can't go left and right and dodge, away from the enemies, going back or forward. You can only go up or down, and that screwed me so much.
Yeah, you just stay in that horizontal line. That's it.
Yeah.
It's kind of frustrating when you're trying to dodge some attacks from the bosses, and yeah, it's super, super annoying.
Well, and then when you double tap on up by accident or double tap down, it makes you do the dodge still. So
yeah, I never noticed that. That kind of sucks too.
I kept doing it by accident, and I would dodge into attacks because I was just trying to move, or I would start. I don't know why I would do it, but I would accidentally hit down twice or something, and it would roll me into whatever was happening. So the dodges and the jumping around, not so good on this one.
Yeah, that's pretty much it for the controls.
Yeah.
Nothing really much more to bitch about with those.
Right.
I'd be pissed if I was playing on the Switch, dude. That'd be enough to rage me right there.
So, in this game, there are a handful of power-ups that you can get. You've got the ice.
Yes, you sure can.
I know what you're excited about, the certain...
The one of them.
So, but let's talk
You do the
first.
other two, and I'll get the fucking... I want the Big Daddy.
So...
Not the Big Diesel, though.
you've got the icy hot power up, which gives you full health, and when you get it, you hear Shaq's like commercial where he says like icy hot or something like that. I can't remember what he says, but it's definitely from one of the commercials.
Icy hot turns pain into gain.
You collect the green orbs when you kill enemies or break barrels and all that stuff. That'll bring you more health. You can get the blue orbs, and I think that helps build your special meter faster.
Yes, it does. If you run it empty from using it too much, it will build it up for you.
You can get the coins, which I don't really know what the coins are for.
Yeah, what the fuck were they? Just for score? There's no store or anything.
Yeah, so I'm assuming it's just for the points, and that's why I think the points had to do with something that we just didn't realize.
Yeah, well, they didn't really explain too much in this game, so...
No. So, but like I said, you can break boxes, barrels, cars, newspaper things, all kinds of stuff to get these orbs and coins. The purple orb, that's a checkpoint. And thank God when you get to a purple orb.
Yeah, they're very close together. So the levels are quite long in this game.
Oh, man.
A little too long.
Yeah. You can pick up some weapons throughout the game. You can swing at them and
protester signs.
there's the protester signs. There's like stop signs.
Anything that's a stick with something on the end of it.
Yeah.
There's these big fat guys that come in with fucking guitars later on in the game, and you're like, they drop it on the ground like, yes, I can pick this up. No, you can't pick up a guitar. You can't have nothing cool.
But yeah,
it'd be fun.
You can slap the shit out of enemies with it and knock them toward the screen, and it just sucks though because after a little while they break and you lose it.
And there's like paint cans or whatever the fuck that was.
I thought they were kegs because I think it's the second level. I think all the purple stuff is supposed to be...
Oh, the grape juice?
Yeah, it's supposed to be like grape soda.
That's super fucking racist.
But I think it's supposed to be kegs of grape soda. I'm not 100% sure.
I just thought like paint cans, I was just being Canadian and cool. Not racist.
Yeah.
Just joking. There's paint cans or kegs, just whip them at people. They have to actually like fight a whole bunch of those guys who shoot the purple substance at you.
Yeah.
Part fucking sucks.
Yeah, it does. Every time you throw the barrel things, the kegs, it makes a bowling ball noise, which is kind of funny the first couple times. You're like,
There's a lot of parts like that where you're just stuck and you have respawning barrels and boulders and mines, and you have to, like, enemies just keep coming up a hill or across the little river. You just got to keep throwing them at them. It's like, oh my god, this is cool the first time, but this just keeps on happening over and over and over again.
Yeah, you get really bombarded by enemies throughout this entire game. And if it wasn't for those weapons in some areas, you would never make it past it. There's just too many enemies.
There's tons. There's a fuck ton.
They're easy to beat, but there's just too many. It would overwhelm you, so you need those weapons. And they break, so you have to go get another weapon.
And yes, we understand this is a beat 'em up, but like... There is a lot. I mean, a lot of enemies on a very long level.
Yeah.
And it just becomes very tiresome because beat 'em ups only consist of a few things. Beating and upping. So you just walk around and punch people. You can only take so much of that before you break. Especially on a game that doesn't have too much special things going for it.
Right. Well, and the power-ups. The big power-ups that you get randomly, like... every once in a while. So
I wish it was more.
Yeah, me too. That's one of my biggest
You take
complaints.
the first one, and I'll end it off with a bang. And fuck you if you're going to take mine.
No, so you get the Big D Diesel. So this basically turns Shaq into steel. Like, he gets an armor suit, and...
they really focus on the cock part when they're putting it on him.
Yeah, all these metal parts start flying at him and just kind of assemble on him. And, it's kind of cool the first couple of times you get it because you can just whoop everyone's ass. And then, like, as you're punching, because you can punch really, really fast and you move around the area really quick, and you're, I guess you're overheating.
Yes.
So if you, do you know what happens if you overheat? Did you do that?
You got to push, triangle, probably X for you. or whatever the hell the button is, and then you punch the ground, just like a normal move.
Right, but did you ever like max out
No.
the steam? I didn't either, so I don't know what it did. But yeah, once you get some steam, you can, do one of those power attacks and hit the ground, and it hurts everyone around you. And,
I'm a professional, Toby. I don't max out anything.
Well, tell us about the other power up then, Goobs.
Motherfucking Shaqtus!
The
It's when-
Shaqtus.
When Shaq gets combined with a cactus, and I was playing this game the first time and like just having a good time, chilling, and just like all of a sudden it's just like Shaqtus. I'm like, what the fuck? And I jump on Twitter and text Toby right away. I'm like, Shaqtus. That's all I said. He's like,
I had no idea.
Clue what the fuck I'm talking about.
But 30 minutes later, when I started playing again, I got to that point and I was like, oh.
And is Shaq dressed as a fucking cactus? And you pretty much just shoot needles, like you're throwing them off yourself like a ninja would. Because Shaq's the greatest ninja ever, as I'm told.
Yeah.
But you're just bombarding all your enemies with these fucking needles, and it's the funniest looking thing I've ever seen. I was just loving it so much. That's like a +1 for me in this game right there. Just motherfucking Shaqtus.
Yeah, the Shaqtus is really funny. But they don't really explain why you have the diesel, whatever it's called, diesel D or...
And why you
Big
turn
D.
into a cactus.
Yeah, there's nothing ever mentioned about it again. It's just, you just turn into these things every once in a while. And it's funny enough, but like, just something would have been... Just explain it just the tiniest bit, and I would have been like, okay.
Yeah, sure. Like, he was trained in the cactus foo, or like something stupid like that.
Yeah, or he was bitten by a radioactive cactus.
I would have taken that too, because this game's pretty stupid sometimes.
It would have fit perfectly with everything that's happening in this game. It would have fit perfect.
Like, there was one part in the beginning when you're with Yee, and you're just like, why don't you help me out right now? Like, you're the Grand Master and everything. He's like, well, the Kickstarter didn't get too much funding, so there's not enough money to pay for my animations for battle. And just like right there, I'm like, okay, that set the tone for this game. I can fuck with this for a bit.
Yeah, and that's what kept me playing it, was just to see what humor was about to happen.
It's very funny.
Yeah, there's a lot of really funny stuff, but we're really childish, so...
If you listen to the show, you might have the same sense of humor, because you've been listening for this long, a year now.
A year.
Some of you. And if you're a new listener, welcome.
Hello.
We got many years ago.
Yep.
Hello, my name is Goobs. That's Toby, and we're friends
Shackaholics.
now. We're Shackaholics. Fuck you. I gotta get off the Shackahol.
That's his next form, a Shackahol.
Oh, that'd be fucking hilarious. Like, he throws the liquor bottles at people.
Oh yeah, and it's drunken kung
Drunk
fu.
foo, man.
Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about some of the enemies, because there's quite a bit of variety.
See, that's one thing I did like about it. They changed up the enemies.
Now, you can tell that some of the really basic enemies that attack you, they're just reskins, but that's fine. Like,
at least they changed it.
Yeah, you're not looking at the same characters from the first level over and over. So each level they wear different clothes, but they're still like the basic characters. But then you have a lot of enemies that, they throw fire, or there's lawyers that throw flaming suitcases at you or something.
They look like devil heads.
I don't know what it is, but there's all kinds of like different big guys coming in with the guitars.
Those guys coming in that shoot the purple juice at you.
Yeah, so
like I mentioned before, there's a whole bunch of different bad guys that come in, and I really appreciate that shakeup. But then they just keep on coming.
Yeah, you get burnt out because it just never ends. Like, it screen locks you, so you'll move forward a little bit because the arrow will pop up, and then you'll get screen locked, and then you have to fight 10 waves of enemies.
200 guys pretty much every time.
And then you move forward a little bit, and then you get screen locked, and then you fight more enemies. And you might get introduced to one or two new enemies that you're going to fight in this screen lock.
And they get a catchy little, like, back and forth with Shaq. And Shaq does the voice acting, as I can tell. And that's cool.
Can
you're a fan of Shaq.
can I tell you my favorite line? I had to write it down because it was so funny.
Go for it, man.
So it's when you're fighting the first bad guy, okay? And you beat him, and the bad guy that's dying goes, "God will finish you off," or he says something like that, and Shaq goes, "Huh, he better have big hands."
Guan Yu will finish you off. He better have big hands.
Dick joke.
There's so many dick jokes in this, and just going from that alone, I was like, I'm gonna love this game. Little did I know, less than 3 levels later, I was gonna hate it.
Don't spoil the end of the show,
It's not
man.
that I hated it, just hate the repetitiveness. Okay, that's what it comes to. So there are 6 stages total. Okay,
6 stages, but there's fucking like what, 5 or 6 different segments during each stage?
Yeah, there's like 7 or 8 checkpoints in each area. So each stage takes almost 20 to 30 minutes to beat.
Yes.
And it doesn't sound like a whole long time, but
Like, the level's entertaining. There's different stuff in the background. There's some good jokes, like puppet sex show and stuff like that.
yeah, there's a lot of really funny like signs in some of the levels. There's a lot of inside jokes that I don't think I got, and I think I would have appreciated more. There's a lot of really outdated references and jokes too. So I don't think like anyone that's young would really like this. You basically this game started getting funded in like 2014 or whatever. So I think all the jokes were written in 2014, and then they just were like, "All right, well, we're putting it out."
That's good enough for us.
Yeah, but the 6 stages are Hung Low, which is that first town that you're in, Baby's Crib, which is
Justin Bieber.
Okay, I hope you can tell me who all the bosses.
I don't know.
Bosses.
Justin Bieber was the only one I got, and I think Michael Moore was the whale.
Well, and then you have the
Because
Sunset
it had
Strip.
like the hat with the hair. It looked like Michael Moore to me.
That's what I thought too, but I'm not 100% sure. And the chick with the dog, I think that's
Paris Hilton?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Paris Hilton, because she was like, "I've been to jail. I'll cut you."
I'll shank you.
Yeah, that's what it is. So you have Baby's Crib, Sunset Strip, Bel Air, Fiji, and Hell. You end up fighting in Hell.
I couldn't really figure out the other ones. All the girls kind of look the same. I think one was supposed to be Britney Spears, like the end one.
I think the one that's the butt is supposed to, like, there's one of the enemies
Yeah,
is
it
a
turns
giant
into a
butt
fucking
demon.
ass twerking.
I don't know if that's supposed to be like Nicki Minaj or whatever her name
Or
is.
Kim Kardashian or some one of those.
J-Lo. I don't know. I don't know who it was supposed to be, but it was supposed to be a big ass. And
But yeah,
it's a
it
demon.
turns into a fucking big ass with a face on it with hands and starts farting all over you. And it's like, what the fuck am I doing right now?
Now, I did like the Justin Bieber fight because there's a
He turns into a cock.
Wait, does he? I didn't realize
He
that.
turns into a rooster.
Oh,
He has like chicken legs and stuff. So
Is-
they start
who-
shooting fucking eggs at you.
that's right. Who does the dance off?
That's the Bieber fight.
Okay, so see, I
Babyface.
liked that one
It
because
turns into like a rhythm game kind of where you got to match the buttons with the dance moves.
And
It's nothing serious. It's just pretty simple stuff, but
No.
it's a good change up.
yeah, it's a good change up, and it made me think, oh, cool, we're gonna have fun little change ups like this throughout the whole thing to
We
spice
tricked
it up.
you.
That's the only one. That's the only freaking one in this entire game that's like, hey, we're doing something different. Let's do this.
And I was highly disappointed. Sorry, go on.
I was gonna say this would have made the game a little bit better to have just the little change ups. If it was a dance contest every time, I would have been fine with that. You know?
Yeah, that would have been cool. Or every other boss. But there's one trope we're missing here, man. There's no fucking like level where you're riding something.
Yeah.
They really missed out on that.
They
Because if we had that, that would have helped out a lot with the enjoyment of this game. Really shaking things up when you fight 1,000 fucking enemies a level.
Yeah, there was no like you're riding a train or you're on a plane. That'd have been cool because there is this giant whale that takes you to one of the stages in one of the cutscenes.
That'd be cool to ride on Michael Moore and fight things.
Yeah, I think.
Or
that
when you grab
fun.
the jetpack to go back home, like someone just crashes into the ground, like, oh, a jetpack, I could use this. You take it and fuck off.
Yeah,
Which is pretty funny.
Well,
that girl is fucking dead. But
there's a lot of good cutscenes in this.
yeah, the cutscenes are great. I love the animation of like the cutscenes where the bosses like they start off normal and then they'll change into something fucked up.
Right. All the cutscenes are funny. I think I saw some reviews where people are like, Shaq doesn't sound like his voice acting doesn't sound like he wants to be there. And I think that's what made it funny is that he's just so monotone when he talks about everything. I'm gonna kick your ass. Like
That's how I started this show.
I just think that that's really funny. Like it's a really funny. Like he's this master, but he's real monotone and he's real weird and he makes dick jokes. You know, so
Man cut from my own cloth.
So some of the levels actually have environmental things that you can use, like the cranes in the sewer level.
Yeah, that was fun until you have to do it fucking for the whole level.
Yeah, there's like a spot where at first you're like, oh, this is fun.
Yeah, there's one crane, you whip around, you wait for it to power up, you whip around, you take out all the bad guys, like, oh, that's freaking convenient.
Yeah, and then you get stuck doing it for like 5 minutes straight, and it's not fun anymore. It's like anything.
They take the fun. It's like, here, let's give you you have a ball right now, like a big inflatable ball, but the air comes out of it every second you play with it. So the first couple seconds are like really fun with it. You're like, oh, this is fucking cool.
This is the coolest ball ever.
We're having a lot of fun, and 30 seconds later, you're just left with something deflated on your friend's face. It's like, oh, damn it.
And that's the same with like the Shaq disc and the Big D diesel thing. Like it's all cool, and then you're just like, well,
they last a long time as well.
Yeah,
I don't complain about power ups lasting a long time, but like, shit, do I got this for the rest of the level? Oh no, I have it for half of it, but then here's the boss right now, and I'm fucked.
Right? Yeah, they lasted way too long, but yeah. There's some other environmental stuff, like you have to empty out the little river to get down into the sewer. The missiles. There's random missiles that come at
down
you
all over the place.
Jesus.
I guess they're from the Germans.
I don't know where these missiles are coming from, but randomly in certain levels, you'll just see a target on the ground and a missile's coming at you. And what makes it worse is sometimes there's a frickin' ninja in the missile.
Yeah.
So when it hits the ground, first off, it does damage to you, and then it releases a stupid little ninja who's hard as balls to beat.
Ninja missile.
God.
I love when the Diamond Girl, even though I hate her battle, when she goes the Horpedo. Some of the names of the moves are funny too, because they'll spell it out on the screen.
Yeah. And then there's like guys on motorcycles that come at you in certain levels, and you actually have to use one of those quick attacks, like one of the shoulder buttons, to yank them off the motorcycle so they don't damage you.
See, I didn't even see a prompt for that.
Really?
I had to go grab a fucking signpost and smash them with that.
Oh hell yeah! I
didn't see any quick attack things during when I was playing.
Huh.
Maybe I was playing wrong, but like I didn't see any quick attack time, like no quick time events.
See, and I was playing on normal. I actually started the game out on hard, and it was so fucking hard I couldn't even get through the first level, first stage. So I went back down to normal. It just, you couldn't, the waves of enemies, you just can't get through them. It's just way too freaking hard.
Yeah, no, it definitely is. It's challenging.
Yeah,
because there's just so many. If it wasn't so many, I know we keep on saying there's so many people, but there's so many fucking people.
Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous.
Play this game and feel our pain. I fucking dare you.
What about the music and the sound effects?
Oh, the fucking rap song you start listening to?
Yeah.
Big Diesel.
I still like the intro
that made
song.
me laugh.
Even though every load scene you're hearing that intro song with
the
Shaq
music was 10 times
rapping.
better than the Super Nintendo game.
Yeah, Now they've got a lot of really weird like cover songs. Like there's a Michael Jackson kind of cover song in one of the boss battles, and then there's the I don't know who sings it. The money, 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 money. That song.
Money.
There you go. They have like a weird cover of that in there. But a lot of the music's really forgettable for the most part to me. I mean, it wasn't bad. It just didn't stick with you.
I like during the later level, the last level, it's all like drone music. He's like, yo, hey, game editor. And the game editor's like, oh, hey, how may I help you? It's like, oh my God, here we go. And then, I'm quoting the game here. Don't get pissed at me. And then he's like, I need something more upbeat. And he puts on some hip hop music, like higher tempo stuff. And he's like, oh, thank you. I like when Shaq talks to the editor or the game developer and just continues on.
Yeah.
I wish that happened throughout the game. That would have been fucking way funnier.
There's a lot of like really funny stuff, like the breaking the fourth wall kind of stuff, like when, spoiler alert, your master dies, which, come on, any game your master's gonna die. Like that's
What,
just
does he?
Now you're the spoiler. Now you're the spoiler. So anyways, when he's dying, he's like, Shaq, take this, which this never even paid off from what I...
No, he said follow the gold bond.
Oh, follow
he called upon him at one time. He's like, you gotta follow the gold bond.
Right, and then he's... Maybe that's what the coins are supposed to be.
Yeah, gold bond, yeah, maybe.
So maybe it makes sense. Maybe you're following the trail. I don't know. Anyways, but as he's dying, he's like, gold bond. And he keeps saying it. And Shaq goes, why are you saying gold bond over and over? And he's like, every time I say gold bond, I get paid. And you hear a little like, cha-ching. And he goes, gold bond. And as
gold bond.
Yeah, and then he's about to die. And he's like, gold bond.
Trust me. Take this. It is a gold bond. A gold bond that has connected our secret order for generations. Gold bond.
Why do you keep saying gold bond?
I get paid every time I say gold bond. Gold bond, gold bond, gold bond.
Yeah, focus.
Right. Shaq, you are our only hope now. Do not fail me. First, Babyface must die. Gold bond.
So it's pretty funny. And then anytime like he has like a Yoda kind of flashback of him and he says gold bond, it's got some good humor in it, but
it's stupid humor, but I appreciate that.
An 8-year-old wrote this game, and I love it that an 8-year-old wrote this game because that's what it seems like. But Goobs, I need to apply this icy hot for just a second. My back is hurting in my arms.
You want me to put it on you?
No. If you would just
it's for 1 year.
If you just leave the room for a minute, so I can put this on real quick. I mean,
okay. I'll just grab this KY and I'll head out of here then.
Okay. I just don't want you looking at me while I'm rubbing this icy hot.
I understand. On. See you later, man.
Yeah. So. Woo, it's icy and it's hot.
Ooh, hello, Toby.
Goobs Genie.
Go fuck yourself.
Well, wait, what?
I'm not getting nowhere close to this game.
Goobs Genie, this is our 1 year anniversary. Like, we've been doing this.
Happy 1 year anniversary, you pricks. How dare you pull me out of my slumber for this piece of shit? I am out of here. Fuck you both. Whoa.
Well, okay. I was hoping I was going to get a cheat from him to help with this game, but I guess that's not going to happen.
I don't got the time for that shit.
Oh, you're still here. Holy shit. Huh. Okay. Well, I think he's gone now.
Are you done rubbing yourself down, Toby?
Oh yeah.
You look disappointed. You not finished?
I think I'm finished. I think I'm just disappointed. How about some fun facts?
Let's hear some fun facts with Toby.
All right, Goobs. It's our favorite game show. How much is this game?
Oh, a new game doesn't really have that much appeal.
No, and this game for sure doesn't have much appeal.
Especially when the price tag came on, the one you sent me. So $29.99 sealed.
That's what it was when it was brand new. It has dropped significantly in price.
Okay. Taking another guess then.
Okay.
Are we doing loose disc too?
No, let's just...
Okay, $10.
I'll give it to you because you can find this game. You can find it used for $10. You can find it new for probably $20. So if you're itching to play this, now it's a little more expensive on the Switch. I don't know what's up with that.
Well, because the buttons are upside down.
You pay extra for the buttons.
That makes
to
it
be upside
rare and harder.
But yeah, from what it looked like, it's still kind of like $20 on Steam and on some of the digital stores too. So,
goddamn.
But here's
I wouldn't have bought this game straight up if you didn't send it to me. I wouldn't have wasted money on this.
Well, I'll tell you, I didn't pay what
Just
was on
out
that
of-
price tag.
I know you didn't, and I'm glad you didn't, because I would have fucking flew over to Texas, spent all that money just to punch you in the face, not even like hang out and just come back to Canada.
Well, I want to give you the first fun fact. The first fun fact is if you bought this game physical, I don't know how this all worked out because I feel like you'd be really, well, first off, you're probably disappointed if you bought it digitally, but this is just a more disappointing. If you bought it physical, there is a Barack Fu game that comes with it. It's the DLC. I think you can purchase it on the digital version. I didn't double check, but there's a whole nother game on here where you play as Barack Obama as a secret agent of sorts.
Ridiculous.
And I played 10 minutes of it. It's exactly the same, except Barack Obama is dirty. He is dirty and raunchy. So it's got the same humor. I think he has a long range attack. I don't remember. Like I said, I only played it for a few minutes before I went back to the chore.
I couldn't even fucking access that for some reason, so.
Yeah, it didn't let me access it until I had played Shaq Fu for a few minutes, and then when I was at the menu, it actually let me go up, and Barack Fu was there. I mean, if you want just something really wacky, it's definitely worth looking at and checking out.
Wackier than fucking Shaq Fu in a fighting game?
I think it really ends up being a little more wackier than Shaq Fu.
I guess you are a precedent.
So the Kickstarter for this game, because this was all funded through Kickstarter, it ended on May 5th, 2014.
I just want to talk for a second here about the state of humanity. How many people want to fucking kickstart this game, man? Like we have enough torture in our life. Yo, let's get another fucking Shaq Fu game. Granted, this one has a little bit something extra than the other one does. It's not just a fighting game, but why the fuck are we all masochists? Like,
well,
I don't get it.
The original goal for this was $450,000.
My eyes just fucking bulged out of my head.
They ended up making $473,000, 880. Wait,
so they just made the Kickstarter.
Yeah, $473,000, almost $474,000.
Holy fuck, man! I want to meet every person that helped support this. It's probably all Shaq.
Oh man, okay, so Shaq apparently didn't put a whole lot of money into this, which is weird. You would think he would have funded it since it's him.
He could have, no problem.
Yeah. Okay.
I imagine the guy has a lot of money.
A lot of the fun facts.
The icy hot money.
Yeah. Ankle bond. Go bond.
Go bond.
Now, a lot of these fun facts are not so fun. A lot of people got screwed. So
really,
now this is what's been reported on the internet. I'm not saying this is factual, so I'm not 100% sure what all the details are on this.
Let's hear the dirt, Toby.
It was originally going to be released on the Wii U, PlayStation 3, and Xbox 360, but those versions were canceled.
Oh, it's supposed to come back way back when?
Yeah, well, 2014. This game was in development for 4 years. And
it's still like this?
well, here's one of the reasons. Apparently, they had some unexpected licensing issues that required some significant rework in 2018. So I don't know. That's still 4 years that they had, and they were like, oh, well. And
Is
then,
that what the celebrity is in the games are so dated?
yeah, that's what that's why I was saying, like, this had to all been written in 2014.
And then at the end, spoiler alert, you fight Kanye, or not Kanye West, but it's just like showing other evil people that could be happening in the world, and it shows Kanye West on the phone.
Yeah. Now, I do think that the Barack Obama one is Barack going after Kanye.
Oh, really?
I'm not 100% sure. Again, I didn't play it, but I think that's what's going on in that one.
Might have to muster some courage up in myself to try it out.
I guess there was a game company called Saber Interactive that was working on NBA Playgrounds, and apparently they had a deal where you would get a free version of Shaq Fu if you pre-ordered or did something for the NBA Playgrounds.
Oh.
So
those people all got fucked.
Yeah, see, and I don't even think they got them is the thing. I don't really know all the details on that. So a lot of the Kickstarter rewards were not even made good on. So,
oh, really?
Yeah, like download codes weren't working. They had like a $150 spot. If you donated $150, you could be a special guest voice on the game itself. And I don't think all those got fulfilled.
Well, that's a pretty easy donation to me. So, like, if you really want to be in the game, if you're a big fan of this, like, $150 ain't really that much to have your voice onto something.
Right. I did see a lot of people complaining about that maybe some of the voice actors did get in, but they didn't have good microphones because they didn't think the voice actors were that good. So, I don't know. Maybe they did. Some of them did make it. Some of them didn't. I don't know. But, yeah, a lot of them sound like it didn't get fulfilled. This game was actually supposed to be completely different too. You were supposed to have customizable moves, so kind of like any other like beat 'em up kind of game where you can like improve your move set, or
like make an RPG style kind of thing.
Yeah. So
that would have really helped this game out.
Yeah, it really would have. And then, like, you were supposed to also be able to, once you beat a boss, you were supposed to be able to play as them. And the game, on their Kickstarter, they promised that you were going to be fighting on skyscrapers and rooftops. They also promised that there was going to be multiplayer and online support. And
I would have kickstarted that game.
Yeah, and what's really sad is if you go look at the original concept art and the original teaser video, the animation's so much different.
I've seen the original teaser video.
It's real gritty. It's not cartoonish like this one is, and it looks pretty badass, actually. Like, that game would have been a cool, really cool.
Well, fuck, online, like, we could have played together for the review of this game, but nope. And one player, who wants to play a one-player beat-em-up nowadays? You want to sit, like, if it's not online, you want to sit down with a loved one or best friend and fucking just rip through a game together. You don't want to play by yourself.
I think anyone that's ever played like Super Nintendo beat 'em ups knows, like, immediately is like, Final Fight. That sucks. One player, Final Fight.
Yeah, you want definitely two player. Like, they really fucked up there.
Yeah. So
this is really skewing my.
Well, we're not basing our rating off of what could have been. We're basing off of the game that we played. So.
I like the what could have been a lot more.
Well, now that I've already got you a little bit mad, Goobs.
It's time to fucking rage, Toby. 1 year anniversary style.
Oh, come on!
This is our patented 1 year rage meter, where we rage hardcore about what ticked us off in this game. We give it a rating of 1 to 10. 10 being, it made me want to pull my hair out. 1 being, it didn't make me mad at all. What are we going to give it, Goobs?
I'll start off this 1 year shebang here. And I'm gonna go with a 7.
Okay.
Not because of gameplay. Gameplay was frustrating. It's all the frustrations that came from it.
Okay.
All the people, non-stop, just coming at you. Yes, it's a beat 'em up. But it's wave after wave after wave after wave, and same thing, droning and droning on you. You play the same thing for 3 fucking hours straight with not a little change up, you're gonna get fucking mad. I'm a big music guy. Didn't really have too much of that going on. Some of the beats were okay. Not fucking great. Shaq rapping, of course, was fucking hilarious, because who doesn't want to hear an old man rap? It's fucking jokes. I don't know. I just got really mad at some points of this game, and then I started laughing because of how stupid it is, and then I got mad again, and then Maggie cried, and then Lisa laughed. She's a little trooper. I think I fucked that reference up, but either way.
Yeah, I don't know what you're trying to reference, but I was going to go
There's a Simpsons joke. Then I cried. Then Maggie laughed. She's a little trooper. There we go. But, yeah, can't really explain my rage for it. Just sticking with a 7.
Okay.
Because it made me upset. Because Shaq Fu just has horrible memories that are built within me. And it's 1 year of me penting these rage down inside. There's maybe still leftover rage coming from the original game that we played, to be honest with you, that has stepped inside of me. Because as soon as I saw this game come inside a little package Toby sent me, I got fucking mad.
You did cuss me out a little bit on your live stream.
Yeah, I definitely did. I said, fuck you for sending me this piece of shit. And, yeah, my sentiments are still the same. Love you, Toby. But yeah, it's I think it's mostly due to residual rage from Shaq Fu, the original one, the fighting game on the SNES, but still sticking with my 7.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna give it a 6, and my issues mostly, and I could actually bump it to a 7, because the jumping and the dodging are a huge issue, especially if you like to dodge and you like to, maneuver around.
See, I left that out because I knew you were going to talk about that. See, that's a good co-host right there, folks.
The repetitive gameplay is annoying. I did like that one dance break, and it's so frustrating that they didn't do anything. We didn't get a level where we're riding anything and fighting. We didn't get an elevator level. Holy shit, we didn't even think about that.
No elevators, man. Elevators denied.
Usually we get pissed off at elevator levels, and this time we're like, we just want something different. Give us the elevator.
Give us the elevator. Give us the underwater level.
Yeah.
Space level. Give us fucking something.
Oh my god, Shaq in space? Why?
Don't give them any ideas.
But I think...
Shaq or not?
Damn it, Goobs. I think some small puzzles would have been fun. Just something to change it up. It was just so repetitive. The power-ups are really fun at first, until you realize you're just going to get bombarded by so many fucking enemies that you can't even concentrate on the screen anymore. It gets old. It's a fun addition until it wears out its welcome. And this is just me, but it frustrated me that I couldn't figure out who all the jokes were about for like the enemies, the celebrity enemies.
I thought everyone was either Paris Hilton or Justin Bieber for the most part.
It pissed me off because I'm like, these old references I don't get. So, or maybe I forgot about them. But anyways, so, I'll go ahead and join you in the 7 club. We're going to give this game a rage meter of an average of 7.
One of us.
Yep.
It's not too difficult. I guess a little near the end, but, it's just mundane.
Yeah. That's the most difficult part about this game, is that it's mundane. Okay, so let's...
I'm sure you're going to hear us say that again in a very, very short second.
Yes, because we're about to give it a rating on a scale of 1 to 10. 1 being it's terrible. We don't recommend this to your worst enemy. 10 being everyone needs to play it.
Holy Grail.
Yeah, it's the holy grail of all games. So, do you want me to go first, or do you want to go first on this 1-year anniversary review?
I'll go first and let you finish it off, buddy. I'll start fluffing it. And
I have big hands.
The big diesel. So I'm gonna give this a 10.
Shut up.
-5.
I was about to say, you son of a bitch. So you're giving it a 5?
Yes.
Okay.
And the reason why it gets the 5, the humor, really liked it. Made me laugh, sometimes out loud, very much so. Really liked that. They changed up the enemies, which I appreciate. Boss battles were fun, challenging. I really appreciate that as well. Shaq's, that's 3 points right there. Shaq's voice, loved it. Just fucking did not give a fuck about being there. Really appreciate that, because I didn't really give a fuck about playing the game. And I felt like we were like spirit animals at that point. He's like, I don't want to be here, you don't want to be here, we're here together, we're stuck into this.
I don't want to be here, you don't want to play my game? I don't care.
Yeah, no, he doesn't care, as long as we gold bond. And more some icy hot on her fucking nuts. That's what I should have done for the rage meter instead of the toaster. And then, number 4. Or 5, sorry, I'm at 5 now.
You're still raging so much that you can't count.
Yeah, I can. Plus the Canadian school system. They say I'm slow, eh? Another Simpsons reference, just knocking them right out. And the 5th one, the little cutscenes. Beautiful. They're great. Everything but the gameplay was fucking amazing, pretty much. And I really appreciate all that stuff, so that's why you get 5 points out of 10 for me. The Goobs. Goobs Foo. I want to see a Goobs Foo game where I walk around and beat people up with fucking extended dildos and shit.
Jesus.
Why not?
Well, since you're giving it a 5,
What do you got in store?
I was gonna give it a 5 too, but I feel like one of us needs to go less. So I'm really considering dropping it to a 4.5, so we have some good street cred, so we can shit on it just like everyone wants us to. But I think 5.
Five shitting on it?
Yeah.
I'll drop it down to a 3 if I have to.
Nah,
I gave 5 reasons why I enjoyed the game.
well, I could probably do the same, and most of your reasonings too for a 5. It's going to be the same for me. I just feel like this game had a lot of potential. The story,
There's a little enjoyment in there. Halfway through the game, you're enjoying yourself. Then it becomes the drag after that.
yeah, I would say the first 3 levels, I was really enjoying myself. And then by the 4th and the 5th, it was just like, okay, I get it. It's a beat 'em up. I'm beating them up.
Oh, there's one point at the end of the game, like near the end, it's like, can you stop sending so much people after me? He's like, okay, we're gonna mix it up for you right now. He gives you the Shaqtus power up. I still love saying Shaqtus. And then, all of a sudden, you have to kill 200 enemies to continue on.
Jesus.
You have to do that twice in the last level. Kill 200 enemies as the Big D, and then 200 enemies as the Shaqtus.
Yeah, see, that just seems real lazy.
Before you fight your mom, spoiler alert.
Oh, spoiler alert. So, I think the story is goofy
She has nice
enough.
tits, though.
Yeah, she does. So, the story, I feel like, is goofy enough just to be fun. It pokes at itself a lot, so I like that. The gameplay is just way too repetitive. We've said it 100 times. The variety of enemies, I give that a plus. You know, it gave you something different to look at. It still feels like this game was thrown together, even though they had 4 years to work on it, but it still has that weird feel of like, you didn't really get this all the way out how you wanted it to be. The animation is fine. I didn't have any kind of problem with how the look of the game. This doesn't affect my rating, but I do think the original concept art was a lot cooler. But anyways, the comedy is pretty fun throughout the game. The power-ups were cool at first, and then they just got not cool real quick. The levels are way too long. And this game should have been shortened by about an hour. And like I said, the Obama stuff, it's just more of the same. So I probably won't go back to that. If they would have cut half of the checkpoints out, it probably would have been a lot better game. Like if it was just like an hour and a half game, I think it would have been 100 times better.
Yeah, I can get behind that.
Because I've always been under the belief that a good beat 'em up is about 2 hours. That's about as much as you really want to play before you're like, okay.
Hour and a half, 2 hours tops.
2 hours tops, yeah. I think that's the perfect beat 'em up length, and anything after that is just overkill. And I feel like that's all they did with throwing more and more enemies at you, was just to extend the game's length, so you felt like you got
your money's worth.
Yeah, that's exactly what it feels like to me. So it's a very average game. We are giving it an average of 5. It did better than our original Shaq Fu rating. Our original Shaq Fu, you gave it a 2.5. I gave it a 3, and it has an average of 2.75. So it did accomplish becoming a better game than the original Shaq Fu, but
we can always drop this down to 4.5.
We can leave it there. I'm happy saying that.
It's mediocre at best.
Yep, mediocre at best.
It has some redeeming qualities, but it's not a total, complete, great game.
Yep.
I'd rather have Shaq just rubbing my ball sack.
Finish him.
So, Goobs, this is where we wrap up 1 year's worth of work on this show.
Fucking round of applause for us.
Woo!
We've done a lot of different things.
Yeah, we've covered at least 40, maybe 50 games, because there's
extra episodes. We started reviewing movies for a couple episodes there,
which we want to get back into that. We've talked about
definitely do.
But I know
it's a fun little extra thing.
The Donkey Konga, you and Jenny reviewed both of those.
Two games in one.
And then we did both the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie, the games for Sega and Super Nintendo in that one. So I think we're sitting at like 50 total game reviews.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of games we fucking beat, dude.
You know what? In the last year, I do feel like I have gotten a ton better at video games.
We've had to. We're reviewers now. That's what we do.
Well, I never thought
That's our fake jobs.
It's our fake jobs. I never thought I was terrible, but now I feel like I'm like, man, yeah, I'm getting better. I'm getting good at stuff. And then, we'll end up playing freaking Cuphead for a review one day and then cry.
Yeah.
Anyways, so this is where we're going to wrap up, and we're going to talk about our other projects that have probably been going on longer than a year.
Yeah, a couple at most.
Would you like to tell us about your other projects?
Sure. I'll talk about the derailers quickly. My wonderful wife, Jenny B, my best friend, Ripkin, we jump on a train. We run it off the tracks every single week. We have a magical horse named Naysay. Go check out that show. It's a random topic, and we just do our little dig on it. We do 5 minutes of research, if that, sometimes 2 minutes. And we just tell some stories, have a lot of fun. It's like sitting in a room with a group of friends, and just come on, enjoy the stories, and fucking enjoy the show, because you're a passenger when you're on the train. And you check out Derailed Wrestling. I keep pointing my fingers like people can see me on YouTube. And go check that show out. Me and Rip can make a whole bunch of wrestlers, throw them in the ring. It's a whole bunch of created shit. And the commentary is decent at best. What do you got up your sleeves there, Toby Von Doomster?
Well, first off, you can follow me on Twitter at Toby Von Doom.
Are you pointing fingers?
Yeah, I'm pointing all my fingers.
All your appendages.
All my appendages. And then I also am one of the hosts of the Secret Transmission podcast, where we talk about spooky, conspiracies, the paranormal, UFOs, cryptozoology, serial killers, and much more, with a satire outlook on the entire subject matter. You can find us on all the major podcasting platforms. You can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Secret Transpod. But Goobs, there's always one more thing that's important.
One more thing. One more thing.
And that is that you should be following us on Instagram and Twitter at Secret Levels Pod. We have
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, boy. We have a Facebook page. You can like that. Or you can join our Facebook group, which is called Secret Levels Group, and you can chit-chat all Vicia games with us. And we also have a Discord, which we mentioned earlier. Lots of cool friends in there, talking about burgers.
Yeah, feel free to jump on in. Just leave us a line and voice chat with us, do a whole bunch of shit.
Yep. Talking about burgers, talking about video games, talking about Smash, because we...
Talking about burgers and dreaming about women, playing video games, which we're doing for a living.
Ooh.
I went down yonder on your mother's coochie. Never knew how much that funny water meant to me. That's a little Alan Jackson fucking spin-off there.
Hey, move down to Texas and we'll start a country western band.
Country band. Called the Derailers, because that actually exists down in Texas.
Oh, yeah, that's right. There is a band.
They followed us on Instagram.
Hey, shout out to them. Go check their band out. It's
They
not
haven't
anything
sent us
to
a
do
cease and desist.
it has nothing to do with Goobs and the fine folks at the Derailers.
Just a sidetrack here for a quick second. Imagine someone showing up in the Derailers t-shirt at their concert.
Oh, my gosh.
Toby, you got to do this for us.
I don't want to go listen to country western music.
Probably get fucked up.
Oh, speaking of t-shirts, if you wanted to support us,
If
Goobs.
you want to support us, you can go to www.tpublic.com/user/secret-levels and put one of our amazing retro design t-shirts on your fucking amazing chest. Cover up that six-pack, because, we don't got one. But if you do, you can cut out a little hole in your shirt so everyone can see it, because that's impressive.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah, I'm pretty jealous.
Yeah, you can put plastic in there, you can cellophane wrap it so the shirt, your abs don't get wet, and everyone can see your abs still while you're wearing an amazing t-shirt designed by Toby.
Yeah. Yeah, I like it. And if you've got those, which you do have those abs, you're all sexy listeners.
Every one of our listeners is sexy.
Every one of them. Go leave us a review on iTunes. We would really, really appreciate that. And
Fuck yeah, we would.
We would dream of you at night.
Oh, sensual dreams. When I got that feeling, I need sensual reviews. Sensual reviews. Send me more reviews, and I'll keep singing.
Or if you want him to stop singing, send in
5
reviews.
stars.
Yeah.
1 star. Goob, stop singing. I'll just sing more.
The people, they don't care. They're not going to listen anymore if they're giving us 1 star. Okay. I think we've never just really wrapped up a show, but it's our 1 year, and I feel like we can kind of do things differently. Because it's our party, and we'll cry if we want to.
Cry if we want to. Cry if we want to.
I would just kind of like to say, thank you for all the people that we've met, all the listeners. It's crazy that it's already been 1 full year.
Yes, from the bottom of our cockles, thank every single one of you for listening to us and supporting our show. To all the people that bought the t-shirts, you look fucking sexy, and you're the best people out there. And the people who haven't bought the t-shirts, you're still sexy too. We still love you because you listen to us.
Yeah. And, anyone that's ever just liked something or retweeted us or just...
It really means the world to us. We do this just for fun. We're just 2 dudes sitting in basements and upstairs. We're sitting all over the place. And, it's just great to reach out and touch someone. As they say.
Now, Goobs is not allowed to be around schools because he reaches out and touches people.
Fuzzy pickles.
That's the end.
Game over, folks.
This podcast is part of the Some Buddies Network.